You really have to love design. You have to give up a lot of things when you're designing. You need to really focus on every single project. You have to work on every single detail. My name is Oki Sato. I'm the founder and chief designer of Nendo. Just based in Tokyo, and we have a small space in Milan and Singapore as well. Nendo means like Play-Doh in Japanese, so it's about the flexibility, changing colors and shapes and sizes. We work borderlessly, from interiors to architecture, furniture design, industrial design, graphic design as well. I was born in Toronto. When I was 10 years old, I moved to Tokyo, and obviously it was a totally different environment, and I would see things a slightly different way than the other Japanese kids would do. I guess that's when I noticed you can enjoy everyday life when you have a different perspective or a different way of seeing things. It's always about the story behind the object rather than the object itself. Then I try to find materials or techniques that really fit into that story. It's almost like a small kids playing around with a piece of paper. It's about folding, rolling it up, and things like that, creating different forms. It's about magnifying things or sometimes concealing things, trying to hide what you really want to show. So it's about surprises or small moments that happen in everyday life. I try to capture those moments, then make it into something that's easier for people to understand and share it with people. We made an installation called the Stone Garden. Caesar Stone showed me some samples of the materials made of quartz, and it was really beautiful. It was really strong. The surface was like scratch-proof, and the material itself was very rigid. And I was thinking of a way how I can tell this nice story. Of course, I was inspired by the typical stone garden in Japan, and instead of having those small pebbles on the floor, I thought about these floating Caesar stone pieces cut out, shapes like stones, like pebbles. So I thought about making tables that link to each other without using any glue or screws or nails like that, but they're leaning on each other. So the weight is quite important, and of course it has to be very rigid, and when you put them together, it's going to scratch each other, so it has to be very durable as well. I believe that if it wasn't Caesar stone, we couldn't do this installation. It's not about having interesting ideas and making it happen, but you have to communicate with a lot of people, you have to collaborate, and you really have to focus in every single project. And it's a really hard process, and you have to really love design.